Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second game of the night. It is Plague Nation versus KGK, and this match is a little bit of something special. It is a match that we're playing in the memory of a player from Plague Nation who is unfortunately no longer with us. Name was Okie, and he was a player in the Season 2 of K7 for Plague Nation, and in his memory, we're going to be playing a match up against KGK with the three of the four previous Plague Nation teams. And for this, I'm joined by TG.
Yeah, it's truly a sad thing, but you know what? We can remember, we can play, and well, we can get a little bit of a throwback here as well. Again, sort of an older roster versus what we got going on. Yeah, Plague Nation, a solid team when I played them back in the day. Overall, like I mad respect to them and what they get done, and well, I guess we'll see what KGK can bring as well.
Yeah, and if my memory serves, when I did cast them back in Season 2, they could have the potential to be giant killers, because they were able to do some good stuff up against the leading teams in the league, if I remember correctly. Now, going up against KGK, this is a roster that I don't have a whole lot of sort of intel on, I want to say. They're a little bit new. I've seen Cal in and around a little bit, but this KGK roster, they're here in the preseason for a reason. It's for us to get properly acquainted with them as well.
Yeah, hopefully we can. And a quick look at the maps as well as we just start to look at this series overall as a whole. We got a nice little Berlin to start for the map 1. We got a bow cage for the map 2. Desert Siege for the hard point. And, well, the hard point number 4, or sorry, number 3, map 4 is going to be a bow cage there. And the S&D to finish things off will be a Berlin S&D.
Yeah, like I like to say, it's the Berlin Bocage sandwich, and your meat is going to be Desert Siege. And fun fact, this will be the final time, more than likely, that we cast a Desert Siege, because it has been retired from the map pool from Hardpoint at the very least. So, Desert Siege, if you liked it, sorry, it's not going to be in the map pool anymore.
It's the crossroads of Vanguard.
Yes, indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this match, we are going to take a quick moment of silence in honor of Okie, whom we are playing this match for.
Yes, and as we get back from that, and a nice little remembrance, and hopefully this game goes down well. And again, you know, just in the spirit of Okie, really is what this is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm hoping that this is a good match as well. It's going to be a fun, sportsman-like way to remember a previous player, and that's a great thing in my opinion. So, do we have an update on the teams yet, Hero? All right, well, it appears that everybody is up and in the lobby. We're just waiting for KGK to give us their ready up sign, like we're all ready to go. And while we await that, we're going to go to a quick break. Emphasis on the quick, though, so do not go anywhere. We'll be back very, very soon with this amazing match.
Folks, welcome to K7. Fill it back to the middle of the map. Rejects gonna slide out. Rejects is there now. Gasson trying to make a play. Will go for 1. Tries to free fire onto the second, but from behind here comes Atomic for 2. Are you ready for this?
trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it, now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Gentlemen, it does appear that we are back. So yeah, we are going to be starting up on the first map. In case you guys need a refresher, it is Berlin, picking up exactly where we left off. One of the more long-range maps where rotations really do mean something. And I am joined by TG.
Yes, and we get into this match. Plague Nation, an older roster, sort of making a return briefly for this nice tribute match. And KGK, a team playing in K7 in the upcoming season. This is where we see what both teams got going on.
Yeah, it's going to be starting off with KGK getting some good control over the stairways, taking down the majority of their opponents off the rip. Getting some good time now, as well as some control over mid. Great start holistically for KGK.
Yeah. And now we're just going to see the time going to KGK at the moment. Folly here on the backside, though. Could possibly find one in that sort of left side corner. Not able to do so. Going to get caught instead. Jay Crazy there coming on in. Finding one, but the trades are there at KGK. They have pretty much got this entire point just about all covered from every single angle.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Only took one death all the while, so very good hold. Especially since Comet is on streaks already. Got a good rotation here as well, and good mid-map control, so KGK, they are looking like a team that can definitely make a strong splash in the season.
Yeah, so far looking fairly good. Comet now rotating over on a 6 streak, make that a 7. Starting off 7-0 so far, yet to go down. Full streaks in hand. And KGK just soaking up some more time as they start to climb up to a little bit of a 60. Going to be getting over that. Plague Nation, can they get onto this point? Jay Crazy, unfortunately, can't win that gunfight, but Folly more towards mid. The pressure coming on there through Ruins. Going to get caught from the side. And Team KGK still holding their own, getting these kills going over to themselves.
Definitely looking like a well-oiled machine. And look at this. They're also starting to get some good... They kept their good control over the side of the map on the docks. And they're using that now to rotate towards the next map, and while their opponents are still a little bit unable to get there in time. So they're thoroughly outpacing things and keeping things like the spawns well and truly in their favor. It's really, really good to see.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much just like let off the gas on the last point, which is, hey, let's get our attention over to the next hill. And that Plague Nation going to be getting a little bit of scrap, but yeah, the positioning all there for KGK to be all over this point. They have pretty much all the angles covered. You got one sort of watching both angles at the very least of these hills. And Sim, unfortunately, going to be getting caught instead. And now this push comes in from Plague Nation on this left side. Can these shots come on in? Folly breaking on through the door. The rest of Plague Nation trying to break on through. But KGK, they're all there for the shots. And Plague Nation can't quite get on through.
They do now, though, but they haven't quite seen Cal yet. This is going to be huge, potentially. Cal does take down one at the expense of his teammate's life, but that's what teammates are for sometimes, to make sure that you can get a solid trade out here as well. KGK with another amazing start onto this hill and trying to get some good mid-map control as well. Plague Nation haven't really been given the time to set up quite yet because of how chaotic things have been, but KGK, they're doing very good amidst the chaos.
Yeah, they are, and now it's going to be Plague Nation getting these sort of backside spawns a little bit. I mean, not for long, KGK coming on in, but overall, I think some of the positioning was there for the most part there, but KGK able to break their way on through. Folly sees one down low, can't quite get that kill. And Plague Nation, though, still at least able to get some of the hill for themselves, but KGK able to take it right on back.
Yeah, KGK looking like they are not only good at rotating, but also very good at getting the breaks as well. Crazy. Going to be able to get in on this objective and stop it for the time being, but unfortunately there is many more KGK players than teammates, and they're instantly able to get things going back up in their favor again. Plague Nation starting to get some good control over the middle. They've got a little bit of control over both sides, and with that kill onto Cal, it does sort of solidify that, although KGK are going to be getting a little bit of efficacy in the train station.
Yeah, stunned, the shots coming on out. Swampy at the top, though, able to find one possibility of a second trying to take down Kyle, but not quite able to do so. Kyle instead going to be getting that kill, and with that, KGK breaks their way onto the point, but Plague Nation, they are not done quite yet. They start to break on in. Jay Crazy, a nice kill, getting some shots in as well, and Plague Nation going to be holding on to at least some control at this point, at least not letting Team KGK get too much control, too much points off of this hill.
Yeah, and this is a decent amount of work from Plague Nation. At least they're keeping the contestable hill contestable, not letting them get too much time off of it, but KGK now are going to be getting in the blind spot of Plague Nation, at least for the moment, and it's forcing their hand a little bit. In the meantime, they're like, alright, this is only 10 seconds left, so puzzled. You see, he's already trying to get these spawns. No one really going to be there to pick him up, so he could definitely do a lot of damage if Jay Crazy does fall here.
And now you have the sort of the threat of that player behind you, but overall, still Plague Nation on this P1 will get some of the initial time. Puzzle still just sort of chilling around, being a little bit of a threat, at least in the mindset aspect. They're ready to pounce just briefly, but will get shut down instead. And meanwhile, though, still on this P1, it's going to be Jay Crazy on it for a little bit of time, trying to hold off, trying to let the rest of Plague Nation come on through, and they're able to do so, but the pinch, the collapse coming on in from KGK as they start to surround this point.
Yeah, and KGK getting pretty close to the victory condition. They've got the rotation for next, and it's going to be very hard for Plague Nation to get anything going here. Foley, you do see he is in a position where Cal is going to have a hard time seeing him, and so he might be able to run through his blind spot and get there just in time. Does opt to go for the challenge. He does win it. Good one for Foley. And now that does give his teammates a little bit of a way in. KGK going to be starting to flip out the spawns, though, and get behind the still rotating Plague Nation team. This is a key moment.
Yeah, number 5, a very, very long flank, but it just really depends on the rest of your team getting these kills and being able to push up from the front side, and they're trying to, but overall, Plague Nation able to hold them on back, and Puzzle worked his way on here. The spawn's coming on in for his team, but Plague Nation, they've got a decent amount of time on this hill so far.
Yeah, key moment indeed. They do manage to get control of the sides before their opponents do sandwich them between themselves and their newly found spawns. But Puncho going huge, getting 3 or 2, I want to say, teammates supplying the rest, and it appears that KGK getting dangerously close to the win. It's all on Jay Crazy to hop on in, but Cal is ready for him, and he does not even manage to touch the objective. Team KGK looking very, very potent.
And they got a nice win there, 250-45 for the map 1 so far, and a nice opening round from them.
Yeah, KGK looking pretty solid. They're one of the teams that I was not... Again, I have the least information on them of pretty much all the teams, and I was thinking, judging by all the other big names in the league, I don't know how well they're going to do, but from that performance and how well they played, I can safely say that they can at least be a mid-table team, definitely going to be making playoffs, I would say. So, yeah, KGK, that was a strong performance coming out of them. And Plague Nation, they had a couple of good moments in there as well, especially like at the end where they're able to flip the spawns and get control over the final hill before the spawns flip back in their opponent's favor. But KGK, they had just done a little bit too much up until that point, to where the game, when it started becoming a little bit more close, they just couldn't get it back, unfortunately for them. So KGK taking a solid map 1.
Yeah, I mean, it was them really with the fundamentals in some of the rotations. Like, as a teamwork, they were like, okay, this is where we want to go. This is how we want to play this rotation. And for them, they were able to do it. And, though, I will say for Plague Nation, it's not necessarily like it's a set roster, though. I do want to say, just to keep in mind that as well. It's, it's a little bit of a pickup, just some players coming on back to sort of play the sort of match out a little bit, have some fun if you can, I think, a little bit. But, overall, Team KGK definitely just having a nice time trying to get their fundamentals going, and, it showed.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm really curious to see how this next one does go down, because if I do remember correctly, I think for my first season of casting K7, there were a lot of great moments in the Search and Destroys, and I'm pretty sure, especially, I remember one time in particular, Plague Nation was doing a really good job on a gun runner. I remember them doing a good job on a gun runner in a Search and Destroy, and they made a really close game. I think they went to like round 11 up against one of the teams in the playoffs, and they almost made it to the next part. But unfortunately for them, they got cut a little bit short before the end. So yeah, Plague Nation in the past, they've definitely had some good prowess in the Search and Destroy. At KGK, I don't quite know how much prowess they have in the Search and Destroy, but based on that last performance, I would say that they've got the teamwork down. They've got pretty much just a lot of great makings of a good COD team, and so I would assume that based on those aspects, they're probably going to have a good performance as well in the Search.
Yeah, S&D is where it's at. It's also one of those times where you have time in between the rounds to just say, okay, hey guys, let's group on up. What do we want to do on this push, or how do we want to continue to play this game? What adjustments kind of need to be made? This is a mode that really gives you a little bit more of a breathing room to sort of adjust yourselves as a team and get a little bit cohesive in some of your pushes and objective plans.
I just got word that we're going to be starting in about 15 seconds. So I just want to give you guys all a heads up that regardless of the scoreline, we will be playing all 5 maps because, this is obviously a tribute and it's also a little bit for fun. So while all these players are going to be giving it their all, obviously, we still want to give the whole match time for it to serve its purpose. So yeah, all 5 maps will be played no matter what.
Yeah, and it should be fun. Should be seeing how these teams can sort of adjust and yeah, sort of what you were saying. Just to have a good time, have some fun, if you can, and just keep up the vibes. Really, is really what it is. I mean, as well, it's also preseason, so even regardless if it we're two teams currently competing in K7 because again KGK is. But in general, it's just sort of a matchup just to have some fun.
And it does appear that we have a little bit of a lobby crash, ladies and gentlemen. So while we get it reset up, we are going to go to a quick break. So don't go anywhere. We've got 4 more maps for you. We'll be back soon.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song.
Gentlemen, we are back once again. See, wasn't that quick? We are back in here now with KGK versus Plague Nation, round 2 out of 5. I'm joined by TG.
Yes, sir, you are. I'm here. I will continue to be here for this series at the very least. And, well, off we go. So I have to see how things play on out. Jay Crazy putting out some shots. Can't quite get the type, but the information is there. The call out saying, hey, they're pushing this A bomb site. Be ready, Folly. Get ready for that push.
We're going to be seeing Swampy getting a little bit of intel for Foley, who comes around the back and takes down 2, 3. Foley, huge! And now they could definitely get a solid defuse here. And now it's all on Comet. He's going to take down 1 now as well, trying to wallbang him through the bomb. They know exactly where he is. Comet hopping down, and Sim will be killing him now as well. Plague Nation looking good in the search and destroy. Great intel for Foley to go in and kill 3 and follow it up with a defuse.
Yeah, I mean, I think once really Jay Crazy was like, "Hey guys, you got some company over there coming to the A site." It's just kind of coming down to being like, "Okay, ready to strike, ready to pounce." I know they're coming. Just a matter of when. When does that happen?
Yeah, that's interesting question. I mean, this is a map where you've got a lot of corners to worry about, a lot of different avenues of attack, and a lot of different places you can see your opponents from. That was a great little head glitch, I think, held by Jay Crazy. He saw them coming in, called him out for his teammate, and he instantly came in and took him down off the plant.
Yeah, now it's the next round. Plague Nation gonna be going on the offensive. Some shots going out. Swamp be able to find Kyle there, and with that, the number advantage right now is going to be tied, as it is a 3v3. But the bomb working its way over to A, though Jay Crazy going to get caught.
Yeah, the two Plague Nation players are going to be able to get back up together with each other, and KGK just holding their distances, making sure that they don't try and get a rotation, know exactly where they're at. And it appears that the rotation is going to come out at the worst time possible for Huncho. He gets killed in the act. Now, KGK are at two different sides. Puzzle does get a solid kill and gets away just in time. But he's in a 1v1 now against Foley, and Foley sees him, runs out of ammo, though. Unfortunate, and now KGK coming in and trying to take him down. So unlucky.
Yeah, just like one bullet short, and that would have been a nice kill, and really gave you an opening, and unfortunately not quite the case, and by that time, really just KGK just going, all right, we know where the player is, let's just kind of push on over with our two players on the map. But with that now, it ties itself on up 1-1 as we head into the round 3 of this S&D.
Yeah, both teams winning their defensive sides so far, and Foley looking pretty good so far with that 4-1. 3 of his kills coming from one of the rounds. Curious to see how he does in this one. It seems like KGK is still going for the same bomb site. Not too surprising, it's the most common bomb site, but they got to be on the lookout for Foley, who's in the same old spot ready to pounce.
Yeah, if it worked once, why would you change things up? I mean, we've seen this time and time again in Call of Duty as well. I mean, not
There
just...
he goes!
Yeah, getting a kill there, and well, there's going to be maybe a response. There's going to be one more top barn here. Foley should be able to find him, able to do so. 6-1 so far. A great start for Foley in the early S&D.
You gotta be careful of Huncho, though. He does take down Sim, goes right back out into the path of Foley, and it does appear that he will be getting him in time now. Foley, 2 times in a row, man, that he is going to be the difference maker on the defense.
You don't see me, but I have my arms up like the referees in football going, what? He's at 7-1 in the round 3 now. Absolutely lighting things up. And you know, sort of what we said in the beginning, you know, this is where stuff gets done. S&D, this is the mode where there can be a lot of excitement and a lot of individual plays, and well, he's going to be on a nice little 3 streak, 2 away from finding a glide.
Yeah, looking pretty good right now. Foley, definitely a standout player in the lobby right at the current moment. Going down towards the bottom of the map, interesting, but Plague Nation, they're going in. Balls to the wall, not a single care in the world. They're going to get a kill, but instantly get brought back down to earth with 2 trade-out kills.
Yeah, with that, there you go. Plague Nation going to be going down. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get this offense going, but things just trading back and forth in terms of the rounds. I think KGK shut down Folly. That's got to be the objective.
Yeah, KGK, both teams looking really good on their defensive sides. No one has really been able to take an offense. It's been the tough thing so far on this map with so many people, you know, able to hold good positions with the subs. That makes it really hard to push in on this map. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw some of the offensive teams trying to go for B a little bit more, since it's been such an A-focused map with these sub prowess.
Yeah, it's really, you just kind of get bunkered up, you know, get your corner in grannies, and you just kind of stay there for the most part. But although this time around, it just Folly single-handedly pretty much depending to hold down the A, and you know, I'd probably do the same. I'd be like, here, you can have that zone, we'll watch everything else. But Swampy gonna be finding that first kill of this round, the first blood. So with that, Team KGK at a life disadvantage so far, but Kyle able to tie things on up.
Also an interesting position here because he's a little bit away from the rest of his teammates and he's got the bomb. If he dies right now, there's no way they're getting that bomb back. So he's got to be very careful. He is coming around the back right into the path of Sim, but Sim is not going to be turning the corner in time to see him, unbeknownst to him. Site control really starting to go the way of KGK, but they got to get it soon. It's about to go down on B.
The timing. Just
So
like that,
unfortunate.
Plague Nation takes that win. And I mean, just watching Sim in the background, just like navigating the time, not quite getting the eye line, and no one getting an eye line on him. Just classic Call of Duty. Just the timing is everything. And in the end, Plague Nation, a nice round from them. Sim, I mean, really getting some really, really good timing there, able to catch that player as he was trying to go for that bomb plant.
Yeah, Plague Nation, they just had an overall good setup. I was a little bit worried when they started rotating most of their attention away, but they kept enough, and they eventually it was deemed to be a good call when KGK started making the rotation. They knew what KGK wanted to do before KGK knew.
Yeah, and now we got Comet. Just going to be chilling around this side. He found 2 so far, so now looking for possibly a third, but Plague Nation going to be on the other side of the map. The action is going down by A. The number 3 is able to get away there and just saying, hey, teammate, I need some help. Back me up, please. And, well, not able to really quite do so as Plague Nation does take control of this granny, but Kyle's still just kind of running around, and we'll have to see how things play on out as maybe Folly's going to run into him. I don't know. Oh, not quite able to get a sightline. Kyle just sort of chilling, but now it comes down to a 1v2.
Yeah, and Bomb is down over on the B site, so he does eventually have to go there. But fortuitously for him, Comet is going to be rotating away. Doesn't know what he has here. So Foley able to pick up the bomb, but is he going to rotate back towards A? That is the real question here. It would be, as we know, a mistake, but he might be able to still do it anyway. He's trying to play on this sub prowess, but unfortunately for him, Cal, he's ready and willing to kill him off the bomb site.
A nice little round. Playing for some patience. I don't think we have the silent plant, unfortunately, in the game. I think we still have the audible plants at the moment, though. That may change soon if it hasn't already. Again, a lot of weird updates in this game in terms of what is sort of to be in the know now. But 3-3, going into that round 7 now. We'll have to see if things shake things up, as I know you love your round 7s.
Oh yes, I love me some round 7s. It's got the mythical round 7 curse that says, they who win round number 7 will win the entire rest of the search and destroy map. So, if you want to look at it from a purely statistical perspective, it also gives you the first win in the second half of the game. So either way you cut it, big wins for whoever gets this.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. Puncho able to find Jay Crazy, and well, there you go, Kyle taking out Folly, and that's a major player off the board for the side of for for the side of Plague Nation.
Oh, unfortunate for Swampy. He just had too many people surrounding him, and yeah, they had intel on him. He did not have intel on them. So it's all on Sim versus 2 players, one of which is planting, one of which is away from him and unable to help immediately if Sim is able to single him out. But Sim playing a little bit carefully, going in around the back, trying to figure out where these guys are generally before he makes an informed push on into the site.
Yeah, I do like that play as well, though, because normally there's sort of one sort of pushed up around that barn, especially if you try and get that plant going, have someone watching overhead. But once he kind of comes on in, unfortunately, couldn't quite win that gunfight. So now it's going to be Team KGK taking that magical, lovely round 7.
Yes, indeed. And the round 7 curse, if it does prove to be true to this day, dictates now that KGK will be the winners of the rest of this map. So it's going to be interesting. A few other statistical things that they have going in their favor, aside from the fact that they just won the first match of the halfway point, it is going to be Huncho and Comet having 3 kills apiece. So if either of them get 2 more in a row without dying, they will be getting streaks.
Yeah, streaks and late S&D can certainly come in handy. Folly going to be going down to Kyle there, and Kyle able to run away a little bit, but Comet finding Jay Crazy, and with that, the life advantage going over to KGK in this round so far. Sim and Swampy having to take a 2v4, but Bomb is all the way in the back as well. These players are split.
They do have a man on the inside, though. Sim could definitely make something happen. He's just holding his position, waiting for his teammate to get in a position where he can help him out. He does catch puzzled out, and no one's going to be in a proper spot to take him down just yet. This is going to have to be a kill that KGK takes on the chin, and doesn't capitalize on either. Missed shots from Cal is going to be letting Sim fight another day.
Yeah, still alive and kicking in. Well, there you go, Kyle. You don't finish it, it comes back to haunt ya. As now it's a 2v2, Swampy and Sim versus Comet and Poncho, but just like that, Poncho's left alone in a 1v2.
I cannot believe this. What a turn of events in the favor of Plague Nation. They were looking like they were in such a deep, bad position, but now they completely turn it around. Plague Nation, what a win. That was so incredibly cool. Sim, he made that round for his team. I think he might have maybe even gotten an ace there as well. Played so well with Swampy, held his position on the inside, got the kill, managed to evade detection, and evade the bullets of Cal. Was able to even come back. Yes, he even got the ace here as well. Big game for Sim.
Yeah, I got Folly and Sim now doing some really nice things on this map overall. You got Poncho responding with a nice little 8 and 6 so far. You got Comet as well at 8 and 4. So, I mean, both sides having some major players making some big plays in this game. But now you see this push coming on into A. Number 5 may be able to find one as he tries to go for that bomb carry. Able to do so. Able to get away out as well, which is a big plus.
Jay Craze, knowing that his opponents are close, trying to get in a spot where he can trade out for his teammate. He does actually do that, doesn't kill the player that killed his teammate, but still in a good spot to get the trade out regardless for a kill in return. He's going to be in a 2 versus 1 situation. KGK has recovered the bomb, so they're in a position where they can really do whatever they want. Jay Crazy, not looking to just sit down and wait for his opponents to come to him. He's going to go to them, but inadvertently gives up some information in KGK. The waiting game is going to be paying off for them.
And now 5-4. An opportune moment to take this round, take this map, as they are just 1 round away from it. But Plague Nation keeping this one very, very close.
Yeah, very close call for Plague Nation. We might be able to see a round 11, sort of like I predicted. The last time I remember casting Plague Nation on Gunrunner, it was around 11, as I said, so definitely not disappointing us tonight, Plague Nation, in the Search and Destroy. They are making this one as close as it gets.
Yeah, we'll see how things play out. This bomb going to be working its way over to A a little bit. They're just sort of waiting for some information, I think, a little bit of a pick, trying to sort of make sure that they don't put themselves in a spot where they commit too much and sort of get pinched from all different angles. They want to choose their gunfights they want to take.
Yeah, Cal getting hit with a grenade. They're like, okay, we want to capitalize on this. We need to kill him. And so they're running in, trying to get the better of him. And very fortuitous timing for Foley. His opponent over-aims him. He overcorrects his aim, and he doesn't see him. It's all on Cal. Takes down 1. Trying to stop this defuse, but he's got teammates with him. Swampy, he's going to see him. Takes him down individually. And Sim as well. Just like that, it's a 1v1. Foley, gotta do it again. Got 30 seconds to hold on here. Cal's got streaks. He can end this right here, right now, but Foley, those streaks aren't going to be very beneficial if he stays inside.
Oh, he gets it done. The defuse.
Oh, I can't believe it. Cal, what are you doing to these men right now? Ace to back up Ace coming out from his opponent's team. They really needed him, and he showed up. KGK round 7 curse coming true today, and it is going to be haunting Plague Nation as the Ace is going to be how Cal ends off his Bocage Search and Destroy.
That hurts me so much. Kyle, why? I mean, if there's a way to end it in spectacular fashion, that is certainly a way to do it. But, I mean, overall, that game was nothing but a lot of big plays, a lot of surprises, I think, coming out as well. But players on both sides coming out big.
I mean, I couldn't have hoped for a better match. Even though we didn't see the round number 11, it was amazing. We had 2 players getting aces, one of which was for the win when you were risking going into the round 11. And then previous to that, you had players just getting streaks and streaks and streaks, getting key moments. It was a very amazing Search and Destroy to watch regardless, TG, and it was just a pleasure. It was a pleasure to watch it.
Can we just call that a round 11? Because I really felt like that was a round 11 moment. Like I felt like the hype. Like, sure. Yeah, I'm like, That's like, why can't we just wait until one more round after till you pull that off?
All right, yeah. If only KGK could have just, if only Cal could have been like, all right, I'm just gonna wait to ace until the next round. That would have made it slightly more sweet for me. But overall, it was great moments, and you can't write stuff like this. It was awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going into map number 3 now. It is going to be our Desert Siege again. This is going to be a little bit of a special match because last time we're casting Desert Siege here as well. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how these players play this one out.
Yeah, Desert Siege, gonna be really, I think one of the last times that we see it, really, at least in a competitive setting. So hopefully it's a good match. Go out with a bang a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be playing 2 more maps after this no matter what, ladies and gentlemen, in case you guys did just tune in. So we're at the halfway point of the series, well and truly here at KGK. 2-0 up, but Plague Nation have really brought it in the search and destroy.
Yeah, they have, and right off the bat, a few kills going both ways, but no one really able to claim any hill time at the moment, though Plague Nation starting to make a little bit of advance on it, but KGK, they have that mid-side position. They have a little bit of that alleyway as well, able to make their way onto the point.
Yeah, good map control from KGK. They get control of the center off rip, and they are able to use that to hold Plague Nation back. Great positioning from KGK, and it's going to be yielding them a lot of time. Plague Nation are going to have a little bit of a hard time breaking in here with how well they've set up. Although, I say that, Sim managing to find a gap in their defense, coming in around the back, and they will be able to take him off of his heady, or not, apparently puzzled, gonna turn on Sim completely, and the rotation is safe for now for KGK.
And now Crazy making his way over. The timing to sort of slip on by just briefly, maybe, but no, not quite. Number 5 going to be taking that kill instead. So that threat of anyone coming in through that alleyway through the backside is going to be eliminated as KGK now just have to worry about Plague Nation coming around the front. Comet just chilling under the truck, able to find one, and Plague Nation, they can't really quite make their way onto this point.
Huncho, what a way to start. You got streaks and you're still going. Gonna try and find another one, but unfortunately for him, too many Plague Nation players and not enough time to deal with them individually. Puzzled is gonna be getting a little bit of a flip out here, and he's gonna be fully behind the Plague Nation team. They're still gonna be going in for these last 15 seconds, and so Jay Crazy might not be able to find Puzzled, and if he does not, Puzzled giving him the sleep apparently, he might be able to get some good spawn situations for his teammates again.
Yeah, now the attention over to the next hill, but battle gonna be starting to be fought. Gonna be sort of a matter of who gets control, and well, it's gonna be Team KGK as Plague Nation. They kind of don't really want to push all the way to this point. They're just kind of just saying, hey, let's get at the building right next door to it. You know, let's take residency in there, and then we can make our way onto the point. And with that, they get some control. But KGK, they're still around. They're still fighting for it a little bit, but Plague Nation not making it easy.
Yeah, looks like the good rotation of Puzzled is not going to be enough to deter Plague Nation from getting their first solid hold of the game so far. Huncho, though, still doing his thing and getting many streaks in a row. If he had already used the streaks, he would have gotten them twice already. Huge game for Huncho. Only 2 deaths.
Yeah, and Puzzle just chilling in the top, really just waiting for someone on Plague Nation to sort of reach him, but eventually they are going to do so, and well, that Puzzle just going to be kind of shutting them down, but the attention to the next hill. Folly able to find a nice little kill, starting to work his way up. There's still going to be one more player on this hill getting tagged on up, trying and figure out where I need to aim, where am I getting shot from, and unfortunately can't quite find it in time.
Yeah, Plague Nation, though, they will be getting this flip out for the hill, which is really good for them. They are going to be forcing KGK to spawn a lot further away, but unfortunately, some of the KGK players are still going to be there and kicking, and one of them is going to be the main slayer, Huncho. He's making it really difficult for his opponents to use these things to their advantage, but Foley getting a nice cutoff in the mid-map of his own and giving his teammates a lot of efficacy to push back into the objective from while their opponents are still in this weakened manpower state.
Yeah, Plague Nation, I think it just comes down to catching KGK off of a little bit of rotation, just try and get some positioning to a point where they just sort of let them have that time, and you set up for the next hill, and you catch them when they start to emerge from the current point. But the next hill is going to be popping on up. KGK Plague Nation going to be fighting over it. Folly with one. Folly would try to get the second, able to do so, but the trade comes on through. Puzzled, going to be able to not quite save his teammates back, but able to get the kill enough to prevent Plague Nation from getting a firm control over this hill.
Yeah, it appears that Plague Nation not too keen on pushing in just yet. I admire the carefulness. You don't want to give up these kills to KGK because in this position that could be huge. You don't want to give it up because your opponents could easily just hunker down and, oh, unfortunate for him, just unable to get the beat down, and yeah, that's a little bit tough. KGK still holding things down and even further extending out, although the player that does do that is going to get killed, putting them at a momentary disadvantage. And they're going to catch the guy around the side, too. Plague Nation could be looking good for these last 10 seconds of hitting out the time.
Yeah, Plague Nation going to be getting a little bit of scrap. KGK, though, on the next hill. The P1 Puzzled is going to be already on it. The rest of KGK is going to be around it. So for them, if you get your ARs in place, certainly some nice beams to be had across the map right now as Puzzle just going to be chilling. I think he sees one, think he sees Sim, and certainly going to see Folly as well. Able to get one, his teammate going to be finding the other one, and that's 4 down for the side of Plague Nation.
Now, I do want to add, TG, that hit for the last 10 seconds wasn't just for the 10 seconds. It was also because it's a great part of the map to hold to stop the rotation of your opponents, and also to pretty much stop them from getting onto the objective. It's a nice cutoff point. So Plague Nation was also trying to fight for that in addition to the last 10 seconds. It's a win-win situation. And so while they are losing the hill time, they do have a good rotation for next. Unfortunately for them, though, KGK has built up many streaks up until this point, so KGK can bomb them into submission potentially.
Yeah, Kyle just sort of pushing on up through this mid a little bit. The positioning trying to be made from KGK, but Plague Nation are going to be kind of already over there. They have these kind of backside spawns. They're going to be getting some of the initial time. Huncho there with 2. A nice pick, and Plague Nation just got to fend off this push from KGK, trying to push on and pierce on through the backside.
Yeah, it's all going to be on 2 now. Huncho and Comet actually getting in a spot to flip these spawns. Comet is going to be getting a little bit taken down by Swampy. Good hold on his part, and he realizes that these spawns have flipped. Trying to just turn his opponents in knots, but unfortunately, trickery is afoot for KGK. They will be just tying his opponent around and going onto the hill for the last couple of seconds. They need to win this one. KGK yet to lose a map on the night.
So that makes the 3, but we'll be still continuing it on out. We got some more maps up ahead. Back to the S&D. Or sorry, wait, S&D? No, sorry, the hard point. Sorry, the rotation is weird in this game. It sometimes gets to you if you're not completely there and with it. But the hard point on Bocage is gonna be the next one that we have on up. So following the Desert Siege overall, this one, I'm expecting a lot of chaos.
Oh yeah, me too. It's a subs paradise on Bocage, and we've seen just how good Foley can do on this map. It was the closest map, despite the fact that it was S&D. I still think that the things that we saw in that S&D, which is Foley having some good sub presence, can definitely follow through onto this one as well. A lot of the good things that good old KGK had going in the previous map was because they were able to get good AR presence as well with some good cutoff points. Those aren't quite there, so I think that the gap between the teams in that aspect is going to be diminished a little bit. And with Plague Nation, they do have some good subs, so I think that they can definitely have a good performance on this map.
Yeah, I definitely think that they can overall. I mean, we've seen some big thing coming out of Plague Nation overall in general. Like, we've seen some nice kills. I mean, again, we go back to the S&D performances that some players had. And just a matter of, can you transfer that over from S&D over to a hard point? It's the same map, maybe some similar plays, but though definitely a lot more of the quick adjustments as opposed to just sort of having some time to think out some plays and some movement.
Yeah, so we do have 2 more maps on the night. In case you guys are wondering why it is 3-0 and we have not stopped, it's because both these teams have decided to play out the remainder of the series. Play all 5 maps because we want to give full honor to Okie tonight by playing out all 5 maps. And yeah, it's just going to be a fun time and a good way to remember a player that is no longer with us. So we are going to be going into this Bocage very, very soon.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this plays on out. I'm excited to see some of the slaying power that we can possibly see on this map. Overall, I want to see a lot of just head to head. I do kind of want to just see some players just going absolutely just like just go forward, see what you can get done, what kills you can accrue, and just kind of just go at it from that. That's really kind of what I want to see.
Yeah, and honestly, there are great sub players on both teams. I did mention Foley for Plague Nation and the awesome stuff he did in the Search and Destroy, but I neglected to mention Cal and how amazing his ace was at the end. He's an awesome sub player as well, so a lot of awesomeness from both sides going into this Bocage hardpoint. It's definitely going to be a firecracker, TG.
Yeah, it will be, and I really just want to see off the break just everyone going over to the P1, no thought of rotation. that's my dream game on this, but we'll have to see. Some stuns, some nades going to be tossed on out. It's going to be Plague Nation with some 2 kills, Cal there with 1, but overall, Team KGK also setting up for that river side a little bit as that push comes on through just slightly. But Plague Nation with some of the initial time.
Yes, and it does appear that they will be getting the spawn here as well. You see Sim spawning behind the entirety of the KGK team. Puzzled is going to be pushing up a little bit, but unfortunately for him, he is not going to be finding really any more players aside from Foley, who is still pushed up here. And ooh, should I say that Foley finds him, leaving him completely stranded. This rotation, though, is not totally safe for Plague Nation. You're going to have a big fight between Swampy and Huncho, who has also been killing it on the night, and he does win it.
And with that, KGK, a good wave of kills. They have some setup here for the P2 as well, as the P1 just about wraps on up. Number 4 going to be on that objective. Cal there with a massive 3 at the very least. I don't really know if there's any more than that. He's on a 4 streak at the moment. 7-2 to start, so possibility of some streaks on the horizon. Huncho getting 1. Kyle there just about getting that streak. Going to be having to glide, I believe, in the back pocket now.
Foley, huge. Completely circumnavigates the entirety of the enemy team and knocks the capture off the objective. Huncho now having to play in a specific spot because you got to eat up this time. KGK, they are going to be now flipping out the spawns at a time that is convenient for them, or I should say letting Plague Nation flip the spawns for them. But you see Swampy, he's like, oh, we don't actually want these spawns. I'm going to flip them right on back, so some good recovery from Plague Nation in that aspect. All they really have to do is find Cal in here inside the main building, and they'll have a solid rotation set.
Yeah, Plague Nation looking all right. Got number 1, though, coming around that backside flank. Could be trouble in a little bit as he will be just sort of chilling there, puzzled, able to find 1. And now Plague Nation going to be worried about battles on both fronts, both the front and the back. Can they handle the heat? Well, in the end, it's going to be Huncho there, and a little bit of a 1v1 between number 3 and number 8, and number 3 going to be winning that. So Plague now going to be spawning from the front. KGK getting control from the back.
Yeah, good envelopment tactic from KGK. They let Plague Nation go in and instantly go in around the back. Good prediction of your opponents. And oh, unfortunate ammo lossage from Cal. Could have definitely gotten another kill there, but doesn't quite have the bullets to supply it. Plague Nation doing a pretty good job of contesting this hill overall. They have gotten a lot of time off of it, and KGK, they have gotten a little bit of time, but not quite so as much as Plague Nation. But now they're starting to get some good cutoffs here. You see Comet in a great position to keep Plague Nation in their spawns so that they can set up on the next hill. KGK, good setup.
Yeah, they do have that nice little setup. Yeah, the last hill for them, really just keeping KGK off it as well, contesting a little bit. KGK definitely got some time, and well, now with the rotation over the next hill, puzzled. Gonna be finding a nice little kill there. Sim gonna be getting caught in mid. The information is gonna be there, and with that, they're just gonna be chilling on this middle hill for the most part. A lot of time going to them so far.
Yeah, but Plague Nation going in with the human wave tactics, gonna overwhelm the players that are still on the objective. Foley getting a nice kill on the mid map as well, so Plague Nation will be getting a solid break, not letting all this time go into KGK uncontested, which is good at the very least. KGK now getting a little bit held here, or so I wanted to say. This could have been Plague Nation's tactic to hit this out a little bit late, but unfortunately for them, 1 slips through the cracks. Great play from Comet to not let themselves get spawn trapped. Instead, they're going to be flipping it onto the head of their opponents.
Yeah, the next hill, as we look to it, gonna be number 4 there, but everyone else gonna be starting to rush on over. Question is, who's gonna be winning these gunfights? And Folly there, a nice little trade, but it is gonna be KGK with those spawns. They are gonna be having this control over the hill, though not quite really touching it until just there. Number 4 gonna be hopping on in for a little bit of time, just going, hey, guys, we should be getting some of this time now, shouldn't we?
Yeah, and Plague Nation, they are going to be getting some of this time. KGK, they might find themselves a little bit spawn trapped here if they're not careful. Foley, you see him. He's getting the cutoff here, but after 1 kill, KGK is going to be capitalizing on it. Instant trades coming out, and now the rhythm has been reset in the favor of KGK. A little bit of a hiccup along the way, but they are going to be getting the majority of this time back into their favor, as well as a good setup for the rotation. Cow, these guys are literally in everywhere. Fingers in every single pie. They're eating all the cookies in the cookie jar.
Yeah, they've been getting a lot of carnage going for themselves. And, well, Huncho there with 1 does get caught. Not quite able to find the second, but the rotation over. Plague Nation, they're all bunched up around this P1 as KGK start to make their advance, start to sort of get their little push going, sort of trying to close in on Plague Nation. Puzzled Huncho, able to find some kills, but trade's going to be coming on out a little bit. But Huncho isn't going to be letting Plague Nation get too many trades.
Yeah, KGK really looking good right now. They're feeling pretty confident apparently, as now they are pushing their opponents up into their spawn. They know the position that they're in, so they're like, all right, we don't have to really worry about getting killed in the middle of the map because we got this full team wipe. So they're able to set up in the middle of the map and get some time while also holding their opponents back. It's a good realization from Team KGK, but it's not the easiest of things to hold over a prolonged period, because the longer you go along, the more of your players are going to die, the more confusing it gets, and the more likely you are to have somebody slipping through the cracks. Unfortunately for Plague Nation, KGK is a little bit too on their game right now, and no one able to find a way out just yet.
Yeah, Comet looking for that other streak. He's on a 5 so far. His teammate not letting him do it as Huncho finds 2. Comet, maybe a little bit of a, hey, I was going to get a streak there, but not quite able to quite get it yet, though the opportunity kind of comes, and it's still there up in the air, and there you go. Eventually that streak is going to be had, and Huncho going on a tear himself. Now 5, make it maybe 6. No, can't quite get it done, but KGK, I mean, so far in this map, a lot of the SMG pressure has been there for them.
Yeah, and pretty much all kinds of pressure have been there for them. They've been able to get all the right moves in all the right places, and it's been hard to follow. I think it'll be really hard for a lot of teams to follow in this situation. KGK, they've been having one hell of a night, I'm gonna be real. And so, getting really close to the end here, Plague Nation, they are going to be able to hold on to this rotation. KGK, they did get the P2 spawns, and Plague Nation's like, alright, you can keep them. But Team KGK, once again, showing they have some prowess in terms of breaking and cutting off spawns as well.
Yeah, basically just breaking through just breaking straight on through, really, is really what it is. Kind of getting a little bit of a slice of cake here, just sort of putting that knife through it, and for them, it really been them getting it all.
Yeah, looking to take it all. It's really looking good for Team KGK once again. A couple of seconds remaining. Jay Crazy trying to hold it down for his team, and oh, he does! KGK not quite going to be able to win it just yet. Plague Nation is going to be able to get a little bit of time off this, but still in danger of losing off of this hill right now. Plague Nation held at a little bit of a distance, and I don't think they will be able to break back in this time around.
Yes, they will end it there, 250 to 70, as they take the Bocage hard point there at the map 4. So now, with that, we will be going to a map 5 as, well, it was always inevitable in this series.
Yeah, we will be playing all 5 maps for those of you who are just now tuning in. KGK has won 4 out of 4 of the maps we've already played, but we're going back into a search and destroy. And that last search and destroy, TG, it was hella close. So, honestly, I think that Plague Nation, they can definitely make a good showing in this one again.
Yeah, I want to see Folly just continue to go on a rampage and just be like, hey, you know what? I'm here for the S&D. This is what I do. This is what I live for, you know? I want to be that threat on the map.
Yes, indeed. So, Yeah, it's going to be a little bit, I would say, more difficult for him to do stuff like that because the map is not as close ranged as, say, Bocage, as you know. But obviously there are positions he can play in that are very beneficial for his team with how he plays. They could just stick him inside of A and say, all right, anyone who comes in here, you kill them, and then you try and run away with your life after you get a kill. That's usually what we see the top sub players do on either team when you're defending up on A. And the other people try to make sure that they're not trying to go for B or anything like that, or try to make a mid push. So there are definitely good ways you can use him while also not exposing him to the good AR presence of your opponents. So Plague Nation, they're obviously a good search and destroy team, and I'm sure they have something figured out going into this.
Yeah, I want to see a sniper on the field. I said it last game. I'll say it again. I want to see a sniper, and I want to see a sniper go absolutely crazy. I want someone to be starting to pop off with it, you know, around that dock side. I want to see some good sniper plays.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. And if I am hearing correctly, we are getting right on into it. No one wasting any time because, yeah, we're having a lot of fun, and we're going to be getting into this final map of the night, unless I'm mistaken, Hero. That's all right. We might have teams in opposite sides, but we know. We know at this point who the teams are. We know who KGK is. We know who Plague Nation is. So, as we get into the final map of the night, ladies and gentlemen, of the Plague Nation versus KGK match.
Of the audience.
Go on ahead. Sorry.
Yes, and well, now off we go. Here we with the KGK on the attacking side. They're going to be opting for the A. Plague Nation, they're all going B, so everyone may be passing like ships in the night.
Actually, they're not quite all going for B. They're going for a rush mid and B. Unfortunately for them, they are going to be not quite getting the timing in their favor. Plague Nation, it was ambitious, and I love it. I don't really see a whole lot of teams on the defensive side being willing to try and do stuff like that. But Plague Nation, hats off. You tried it, and hey, Sim, he's gotten an ace in the past, so maybe he can do it again. 30 seconds to do it, though.
Kind of looks like taking his time a little bit. I might have seen number 4. I'm not 100% sure on that. No, never mind. He decides to try and take himself out, but I'm assuming wearing fortified because that did not kill him. But in the end, I mean, sure, you're in a 1v4 situation, you know. I honestly just would have loved to see it, but I would have loved to see just the attempt at a 1v4, but unfortunately it kind of saw it go the opposite way a little bit.
Yeah, man, unlucky with that barrel. Can't win them all. Not even up against explosive barrels. Feels bad. But yeah, KGK, very strong start. I love the ambition from Plague Nation. It just goes to show that they're not afraid to try crazy things. And KGK, they seem to be a very orthodox team. And things like that, they might catch them off guard.
Yeah, possibly. But one working its way into the bomb site. There you go. But that's going to be bombed down. Huncho able to find that kill. Try to go up against Swampy. And, well, able to do so as well. So with that, a nice little 2-0 advantage, or 2-4 advantage in terms of the life count here. And that bomb down in a tricky situation. Plague Nation, they got to play to it. And I think KGK know this.
Yeah, but they do get a bomb kill over onto A. And so KGK, they're very focused over towards the B bomb site, and they do have a lot of people sort of straggling out in the middle of the map. They do catch out Jay Craze, and Cal coming serendipitously is going to lead them to be able to capitalize on that intel very, very quickly. This is a good-looking KGK team, firing on all cylinders, and Fully all by his lonesome again. He's got Huncho all by himself over on the bomb, and no one really in a position to help him or give him intel just yet, but the time that he has that going his way is starting to tick away as KGK eventually do triangulate his position.
Yeah, the information is there, close enough for a trade, and, well, when a trade is given an opportunity to KGK, they will get it. They will capitalize on it for the most part. As now it's going to be a 2-0 advantage to the side of KGK. This time around, a little bit different than the map 2 that we saw. The S&D is that was a lot more back and forth so far. We're waiting for Plague Nation to get around and sort of get that back and forth going up.
It seems like KGK's approach to the map, they're approaching it generally the same as they did as Bocage, minus some gun choices, but oh yeah, this is exactly the same more or less, but look at this, Foley, he's being so patient. He might be able to kid him off this, and he does. He will be able to evade the trade as well.
Yeah, now it's going to be Foley pushing on in. Door is going to be wide open, and well, there you go, KGK, they're making an escape, but Foley's going to find one. And now it's going to be a 2v2 Huncho and Comet. Well, no longer Comet. It's just going to be Huncho against Foley and Sim. Oh, a nice kill as it turns down to the 1v1. Sim possibly looking to get this bomb planter. As down, the information is there. He sees him, gets the kill, and just like that, Plague Nation going to be on the board now.
I cannot quite make out what those bullet holes he shot in the ground are meant to be.
Yeah, I don't. It still looks like a.
Oh, he's doing
Isn't it?
Okie.
Oh, I gotcha.
Very heartwarming from Sim as he goes and gets to defuse, dedicating that one to Okie as he gets his team the first point of the map.
Yeah, and a nice round there as well. Overall, Plague Nation keeping composure and just, doing their thing. You know what? We're down a little bit. Let's just group up, keep calm heads here, and we can take the round. And that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely not down and out by any means. They're only 1 point away from their opponents, and we know that these first 3 rounds are a getting to know you period. Plague Nation, they have figured out their opponents in more ways than one, their tendencies, and they've made some good rounds based off of that intel that they've gotten in the past. Cal running clean on past. Sim, he might be able to get some good shots on him, and ooh, those missed shots might live to regret them.
Yeah, 2v4 now. I'll have to see. I mean, Plague Nation, they could take a 2v2 pretty much right now and then come out alive possibly and find themselves in another 2v2 situation. But we'll have to see. Well, not the way I was expecting that to actually go down, but now everyone's forming a square. It's just a matter of who can find the eye lines here, who can get these trades, and who can get these shots off.
Oh, great timing for Foley as well. Cal, he runs right past him. The mother of all good timing going into the hands of Plague Nation. Sim coming in huge again, man. This is just a player you cannot discount. He's gotten 3 kills in this round. I think that's 2 in a row that he's able to do things like that.
Yeah, just imagine if we didn't give up in that other round there, the 1v4. I would have loved to see it. But you know what? We move forward right now, looking at some brief stats overall. I mean, you got Foley and Sim doing incredible things for the side of Plague Nation, and on the other end, you got Kyle there and Comet at 4-2 and 5-2. So overall, some nice things coming out for some players.
Yeah, it might be a draw right now, but one thing going into the hands of Plague Nation is Sim has managed to find himself a streak 2 now as he takes down another, getting him 6 in a row without dying. He's got the sniper now. I think he picked that up off of Puzzled or somebody else because he's definitely using the sub. So, yeah, he's already apparently used the glide bomb and still has a strafing run in his back pocket. Jay Crazy, in the meantime, trying to solo it up on A.
Yeah, but you see Sim now coming in, some possible support. One off to the left. The question is, do you get this read? And well, there you go. The information. Can you do it? The shot punch comes on through, and Sim finds himself in a 1v2 situation. But it's going to be tricky. You got one sort of watching down that long side hallway. The other one going to be right in this doorway. Sim, is he going to be ready for this engagement? And unfortunately, can't quite get it. Just a little bit of movement, I think, kind of throws him off.
Well, he went down, but at least you can say he went down swinging with that shot punch. And so, yeah, Sim, he will finally be getting his streak run put to an end, but not before he gets a strafing run, which could end up being huge, especially if his opponents, when they do go back onto the defensive side, do go for B. It's actually, since KGK know this, it might be able to funnel them into exactly where Plague Nation want on A.
Yeah, now you see the B push coming in from Plague Nation. KGK. Do you find a player? What kind of information can you gather right now? Some stuns, some nades, I think. Or maybe not nades, but some stuns going on out. Puzzled with the sniper. He sees one entering the B site, so that information is there saying, hey, I think they're planning B, and well, if you didn't know, now you do.
Yeah, using that B bomb site, not just on the defense, but on the attack. They've got a big advantage with that strafing run. They do kill Swampy, and Sim, he is going to be on the bomb site, so he will be the safest and able to use his streak if all goes south.
Yeah, and Puzzled and Comet versus Jay Crazy and Sim. Puzzled, a nice snipe from him. And Sim's left alone in that bomb site, but time ticking on down. KGK is going to be forced to make an advance. Puzzled coming on in, and well, the window kind of gets him caught and allows Sim to come on in, and well, there you go. Sim trying to just turn around, but there's no time for the defuse. Sim doing his job, and just like that, Plague Nation still going toe-to-toe against Team KGK.
Very well played by Sim. He saw the window open, and he's like, dude, I see you. I'm not going to let you just hop in that window after I see you clearly open it. Meets him halfway, kills him. Well played from Sim. And now, once again, tie game going into round number 7, TG. It went against Plague Nation last time, but if they can get this, I'll be taking it as a sign.
Yes, and a lovely sign that would be as well, but you see a 2-2 split for the side of Plague Nation. Team KGK really more or less pushing all of their resources over to this A site. Engagement's about to go down. The first blood is found. But just waiting for this really major push. Swampy going to be maybe in a tricky situation. We'll have to see if Huncho is going to be expecting one to the left here.
I think he might. There's definitely the possibility that he does. Cal going for the plant. No, he's like, no, there's no way he would have not killed him off the plant. And all the patience for Swampy. It's huge. It's massive. And he kills all of them except for one. Puzzled still on the rotation. I think he has a sniper rifle still. Yes, he does. And so, in theory, a good spot for Swampy to be. And Puzzled has to push into a close-knit situation. Either quick scope or die is the name of the game for Puzzled.
Yeah, the time ticking on down. Swampy knows he's got to pick up the bomb, got to get it planted, and I mean, Swampy may think that Puzzled may have picked up the bomb, but we'll have to see. Now, there's dormers being opened, and Swampy able to make a massive play this round, able to give the win. That's the round 7 going in the way of Plague Nation.
There you go, Swampy. There you go, getting your contribution to the game, and a huge one at that. You win the round, and round number 7 at that. At the halfway point of the game, Plague Nation is going to be in the lead, and he's looking dangerously close. Like he might be able to get some streaks here as well to accompany. I don't think Sim has quite used his strafing run yet, so that might be 2 streaks if KGK are not careful.
Yeah, it really could, and it could be tricky now going on this B site. This is maybe one that you put down one, and well, Folly gonna find a Honcho there. See, you just kind of just run straight. Honestly, regardless of who you're playing, definitely not a play that I would say you should do too often.
That's a big kill, actually, because now, control over the middle of the map. They do see Comet, though, a little bit too late, unfortunately for them. Swampy being very smart, realizing that Treble is going to be afoot on the rotation, and he's going to be catching Kyle in the back. Team KGK getting dangerously close to the objective, though, and one of them is Puzzled with the sniper rifle. It's going to be all on him, though. Got one on the inside, going to have to push it with the pistol. Trying to find the other with the sniper while he's still in a position where he can use it. Rotating now is going to be Foley, dangerously close to the sniper shot, and he will not be able to pull it out in time. Plague Nation getting close to a win on the night, 1 away. They really are looking like in the best position possible to take a map on this one.
Yeah, Puzzled was really put in a really tricky situation as time was ticking on down. You know, once it gets to the 15 seconds, he has to make a move on that bomb site, and Plague Nation, you know, they know that. So it just more or less like just kind of collapse on this site a little bit. You know, as long as he's not diffusing, we're chill, we're good. If he enters, we can make that pinch happen. And well, now you see them 5-3, one more round to go. Team KGK, they got to go 3 straight so far. And well, this round could be the last.
Oh, it really could be, especially since Foley opens up with a kill, 1 off of streaks now as well. KGK will be getting the plant, but don't forget, Sim still has the strafing run, I do believe, and they've lost the mid-map control. The flank is also not in their favor, so Plague Nation, if they play their cards right, could definitely get a strong retake on this.
Yeah, number 8 coming around the backside. I don't think he sees number 4. Number 4 is instead going to see him. Comet finding his third, at least, I don't know if in the round, but no, I guess it has to be in the round, isn't it?
Yeah, but Foley, he is going to be finding one as well, and that one gives him streaks. So even if they don't win this one, they're chilling. KGK just trying to not give him full streaks, and that is going to be a difficulty that they do manage to avoid. We've got the exact same score line as we started at last time. We're in round number 9, and if it follows true to the trends, then Plague Nation will be winning this one 6-4 as well. What a storyline that would be. But we're not quite there yet. Obviously, there are signs that are leading us to believe that it's very likely to happen. The streaks are in the favor of Plague Nation. They're on the attack, and they've been sort of messing with the heads of KGK in some aspects, playing with their expectations. So, Plague Nation looking good right now. They can definitely pull this one off.
Yeah, I want to see Sim or Folly just go off and get an ace in this round, just like last time around. That would be absolutely incredible. That would be absolutely nuts. But Folly going to be finding one, and, well, finding a second as well as Team KGK now fall down to a 2v4 in this round, and a round that they need to win. As now it's just down to Huncho.
And Sim killing Jay Crazy. What is this? It's now a 2 versus 1. Bomb is planted, and they do have a streak, but Foley running the wrong way. But, oh, he will turn around, and we will have Plague Nation winning one on the night, doing their fallen teammate proud by taking a map at the very end in the Search and Destroy.
Yeah, Huncho. I mean, really just going through that doorway, you know, seeing Folly just like a second earlier. And it could have been slightly different, but, you know, just like that, it's going to be Plague Nation. They find the win in this map 5. You know, what a good way to end it as well.
Yeah, very heartwarming way to end it. From the great moments from Plague Nation, it obviously was not a map that was given to them. They had to fight very, very hard for it, and they still got it on merit. And also, Sim doing the wall shots, dedicating it to Okie, that awesome play he did, heartwarming in the extreme. So yeah, it was a fun match to cast tonight, and I genuinely had a great time doing it, and I hope that everyone else viewing or participating did as well.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed and had some fun. And also, again, just remember that this was a tribute to Okie as well, this matchup, and just, you know, everyone just kind of remembers and, well, hopefully had a good time as well.
Yes, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's all that we've got. We've had our 2 preseason matches, and we want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for coming out. And we want to encourage you all to come back for the regular season as well. It does start on to the 24th in 10 days. So, yeah, we'll see you all then. On that note, we are going to be going to bed now. And, yeah, thank you all for coming out once again.
It's our
We'll see you all
bedtime.
on the next one. It is bedtime, indeed.
Yes.
They pull off the upset somehow, some way, complete the greatest comeback on checkmate. The Kaiser now down to a 1v1. Joe! Oh! They're going for the knife. They're going for the knife! I don't know if Natural Town are going to be able to get this going. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Valiant Gaming are going to be crowned your champions of the K7 League. Folks, welcome to K7.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you're lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh,
First kill there by Kilt, and the frags rolled on the second is going to be big. Rejects is there now. Dassin trying to make a play. Will go for 1. Tries to free fire onto the second from behind. Here comes Atomic for 2.
this is what we know. Here we come back to life, still breathing, standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna
Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Shifty here, joined by Alex McCormish. Hey, are you ready for this?
It's time, baby. Kill it back to the middle of the map. Rejects gonna slide out.
Goes in, slays people out, especially with the atomic on it.
Sure, light on the staircase. Actually, gonna get killed by a reject there. You already see Killa back over towards the top house by P2.